How long have you had this thing?
Close to 10 years.
Okay, so you've had it for 10 years, and you preserved it. I mean, thank God you pulled it up on the trailer here because I could see
It'd be in the
it was
ground.
starting to rot into the ground. So now that you know it's the real deal,
What's the deal?
So now everybody's on board with it is legit. This is where the switch gets flipped. We want to buy it.
Now that it's confirmed that it is the real van, you know, that flips it into a whole nother,
yeah, it takes it up.
Category.
in its degraded condition, it would be very risky to keep it out in the open here. And I'm always concerned about vandalism and other things. God only knows what could happen.
Like for me personally, and I know you probably thought about this, it's like the money shot for this whole thing is the side of the van. And the story is extremely powerful. But when you look at the van itself, even to present the van, there's gonna be a lot of work done. Now, I'm not talking about restoring it, but to stabilize the van. This would all have to be stabilized.
Right.
But, I mean, would you put a number on it? Would you sell it?
I would, yeah. But
Yeah.
as far as numbers go,
And we know that, you know, this is a big decision. I know you've had it 10 years, it's hard to make a decision like right now.
I understand its history, but what I'm looking at is the condition of it. So where I'd want to be on it is 22 grand.
well, I'm thinking
So many things had to happen to get us to this moment. First of all, Danny basically stumbles on a guy that's got a piece of rock and roll history sitting in his yard. Then I call my buddy Dan Arbach from the Black Keys. Dan picks up the phone and calls Joe Perry, the man himself, from Aerosmith. The next thing you know, one of the original band members comes to look at it and authenticates it right on the spot. And all of this happened in like 2 hours. This is the universe telling us we need to own this van. It's epic. I'll do 25 grand. What? We just got a piece of American rock and roll history. American rock and roll history!
When 25 grand was on the table, I think Phil was like, whoa, I got it, man, you got it. Woo!
If you had the opportunity to buy one of the biggest, most iconic pieces of rock and roll history for 25 grand, hell yes you would.
Dude, I'm thinking we just had one of the biggest scores we've had in our lifetime.
Rock and roll started in America. This is America's rock and roll band. Almost 50 years ago, a group of guys went on the journey of a lifetime together. I'm talking tens of millions of records sold, top 40 hits, Grammys, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And that journey started in this van. How cool is that?
Are you speechless?
Dude, I'm still in awe.
Now that we are the caretakers of this piece, we have to make good decisions on it. The first thing I want to do is get the van to our metal guy and have him assess the situation. It was almost like that van has been sitting in the woods waiting for us to come rescue it. If somebody told you that this van was in the woods, what would you say?
Dream on!
You dork. It's like a day-to-day treasure hunt. I'm out there looking for rusty gold. I'm looking for the unusual and impossible.
It's back roads, it's dumpster diving, it's flea markets, it's people's homes.